I mean, man, a SouFlo, man, come make we reason with intelligence.
Uncle Vlogger, we can play this. Whoa, 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 SouFlo. SouFlo, me shock you right. Set that beat, father. Set that beat, yeah. Hey, SouFlo, your king turn up loud, that other boy. Hey, SouFlo.
SouFlo turn up the thing.
I we say productivity and progress, you know. Up,
Alright, welcome
up.
to SouFLoTV again, everybody. It's your host with the most.
Alright, well, here we are once again. People, the story leads says detectives attached to the St. James Criminal Investigation Branch CIB. First of all, let me say big up to and thanks to the police officers, investigating officers for doing their job, right? Big up to all the people who said they were reserving their judgment until investigations were completed. Now, you all have nothing to say. I found it rather disgusting that there were people that were actually willing to even give Damar Dow Scott the benefit of the doubt. And I mean, now looking back in hindsight, yeah, sometimes people are framed and all these other things, but this was clearly not one of those cases. However, we move on. I was very pleased today when I saw the headline that he had been charged with a string of serious offenses pertaining to the incident. So for those of y'all who don't know, two girl tourists visited Jamaica and they were both raped by this brother right here whose name is Damar Scott. And they managed to take the gun, or he managed to lose control of his weapon. He had a gun. And one of the tourists shot him, and it's a big deal, and we're going to read a little bit about it. Then we're going to talk about what this means for that hotel resort, as well as what it means for Jamaica tourism industry. Detectives attached to the St. James Criminal Investigations Branch CIB have laid charges against a Jamaican man following an incident at a resort in Montego Bay, St. James on Thursday, September 27th. Damar Dow Scott, a 24-year-old, otherwise called Ninja. Like I always say, you know, it seems like truth is really stranger than fiction. Ninja. Then he scaled the balcony to enter their room. Stealth mode. Nickname Ninja. You see, in Jamaica, when we give people nickname, it usually has something to do with what that person is about. Believe it or not. Anyway, I'm not going to go into that right now. So, Ninja, an entertainment coordinator of Comfort District in Manchester, has been charged with the following offenses. Before I read those following offenses, let me just say that it was 2 days. Count them. 1, 2. His second day of employment at the all-inclusive hotel resort. This brother chose to do this. Now, let's talk about the charges. He's charged with illegal possession of firearm. He is charged with illegal possession of ammunition. He is charged with assault with intent to rob. 2 counts of that because there were 2 victims. He is charged with rape. 2 counts of rape, because both women have come forward to say that they were both raped by the individual. And grievous sexual assault, 2 counts. Allegations are that about 11:15 p.m. on that day, Scott forcibly entered the room of the 2 females, 2 United States citizens, at the hotel who were there in Jamaica as tourists visiting the island and hoping to have some fun in the sun, where he brandished a firearm and sexually assaulted the 2 women. It is reported that in the process, one of the women managed to get the weapon and shot him with it, but he managed to escape from the room. Following the investigations, Scott was arrested after seeking medical attention in central Jamaica. and was subsequently charged for the above mentioned offenses. He is scheduled to appear in the St. James Parish Court on Wednesday, October 10th. That quick. 2 days away. Now check it out. He is scheduled to appear in court. It's going to be very interesting to see who his attorney is going to be and what is going to be their line of defense. Because this one clearly points to him. Now, written this story is, it left out a few things. Let's not forget, these women locked their door, were safely in their room, and you know when you're on vacation and you want to feel the island breeze, you're going to open your balcony door. Many people do it. So they opened their balcony door, and it was through the balcony door, scaling the balcony, that this brother was able to enter into their room. The story goes from the female's account, I don't know if you've seen my video, was that he ordered them at gunpoint to turn the lights off and lay on the bed. Both of them. That's where he did his deed. And while doing so, to the second one, he put the gun down. And the first one, after he was finished assaulting her, managed to grab that gun and shot him with it. Now, these women have actually gone and they went straight to the hospital. They had the rape kit done, right? And let's just say that there's an insurmountable amount of evidence to where this brother cannot deny what it is that he has been accused of. Not to mention, after he was shot and ran away from the scene, who takes a gunshot and go far away to get treatment? Would you not seek treatment at the closest place possible? He was trying to evade capture. On his way out though, he dropped his ID. And based on his ID and based on a blood trail, he was tracked down and he was arrested, and he must now stand trial for what he has been accused of, which I, SouFLoTV, firmly believes that he did. His defense. This is his defense. He told police officers in his statement that he was doing it with one of the females and the other one got jealous. And the other one got jealous and just shot him, just pulled out a gun out of nowhere and shot him. Then there was this story of a threesome floating around Jamaica, because you know enough Jamaican people, many of them, they love the sensationalization of stories, and it must sound, if it sounds exciting, then it must be true. And how he was the bunner man and husband came in and caught him and the husband shot him. We know now that all of that, like I've said from my first video, was all false. It was all a lie. Okay? It was all a lie. Someone said, SouFlo, you sound confusing, because one video you're saying that he did it and he was guilty, and the next video you're saying he wasn't. I need you to go back and look at all of my videos, because the story has remained consistent throughout. I was telling my audience about the other stories that were out there in the street, and don't believe them because they had not been published by any credible news entity, and that was not what was released by the Jamaica Constabulary Force Investigative Police Department. That was not what was released. What was released was what SouFLoTV gave you, and now this is where we stand with this case. The brother is a raper. He's a raper, not to mention, and this now we will segue into talking about what this means for Jamaica tourist industry and what this means for Rio. Now, this brother was wanted in other parts of the country for questioning in a string of rapes. You get that? And Rio, the hotel that hired him, claims that they went through a rigorous recruitment policy and rigorous to find this employee and to hire this employee with background checks and all kinds of requirements. Well, and still missed that he was wanted in other parts of the country for involvement in a string of the same thing. He's now caught. So I'm willing to believe that he's actually the suspect they've been looking for all along. And had he turned up for the questioning, he probably would have been implicated and arrested. Anyway, or does this say anything about Jamaican police and how they work? You leave your comment in the comment section about that. What I do know is this does not look good at all. Pardon me. This does not look good at all for Jamaica tourism industry. Someone was saying, it's no big deal because it's an isolated incident. No, it's not an isolated incident. There have been complaints of rape before, or stories of rape before. And they have turned it around in Jamaica to say that, well, the employees have been accused of rape. Well, we have to start looking at this from a different angle. Were these tourists raped before, but too afraid to come forward, too traumatized, and left the island vowing to never return, and tried to go back to where they come from and put this behind them? See, I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again. Rape is a very traumatic event, right? And most times a girl or a woman is raped, they don't even tell. There's a shame and a stigma that goes along with it. And that in itself is something that the victim has to be dealt with. And then, of course, you know, they have this whole victim shaming culture where when the victim tells that they've been violated, they must be scrutinized. You're looking for a lawsuit. You're here as a gold digger. You're setting this up to get money and all this kind of stuff. Well, if these girls set this up to get money, then this is one elaborate setup, because they got him to scale the balcony, they got him to take a gunshot, they got him to run away to the middle of Jamaica to go get treated for a gunshot, they got blood trail running down the hallway and his ID dropped, they got all kinds of things going on that clearly points to not a plan, but an ugly event that Jamaica tourism industry will surely take a blow from. Is this going to stop people from coming to Jamaica? No, it's not. It's not. They haven't stopped. Jamaica had 1,616 murders last year. And the tourist industry did better last year than all years before it as far as numbers go of people coming to the island. But I'm telling you that people are now fearful. Even if they're coming there in fear. Leave your comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you think about this one. I find this, I don't know what words to use now. I'm glad this culprit was caught, and I'm glad he's off the streets. And like I said in my other videos, I am sure that he raped before. He has raped Jamaican women and girls before. I'm pretty sure of that. What happened now is he got caught red-handed with his hand in the cookie jar. Good riddance to him. Time for you to go pay the piper, buddy. And I hope that he is punished at the fullest extent of the law. And I want Jamaica to know that the world is watching this. Don't let this be a case of he's let out on bail, or this be a case of he's let out because he knows somebody that knows somebody, or his family has a little money to pay some high-powered lawyer. Don't let this be a case. Set an example or the country will suffer. It's SouFLoTV, man. Leave your comment in the comment section below. I'm up out of here. Peace.